Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about money. There's so many of you who are struggling financially or want to make more money. Money is a big part of our life. I believe there are certain things that we want to know about money, not as in have to save money, not as in have to appropriately allocate our savings to our tax-free accounts and pension funds. Although I have financial background, I worked at KPMG. This time, I'm going to talk about money as in energy. Money is energy. Just like everything that we touch, we sense, we live by is energy, money is also an energy. The pain is an energy. The words are energy. Everything is an energy. If you notice carefully, life has its own rhythm. Everything is in constant motion. The weather changes. We constantly change from warm weather to colder weather. The life changes from daytime to nighttime. It's constantly in slow motion. People are born and then die. So does animals, so does plants, every living pieces. They come to life and then they return back. That's how we've been evolving throughout centuries. And money is not an exception. Money comes and goes. There's a time where there is a birth to money. When you start making money, there has to be a way to exit. The money you have reaches its goals, the purpose. Now that we understand that everything is on the flow as an energy, the money energy will come and go if it's on the flow. My question to you is your money flowing? Is your money flowing in its own rhythm? Or there is a block? If there is a block, what is it that you're holding on to? In which direction you're holding the money? Are you holding on to the inflow or are you holding on to the outflow? I learned the concept from a very young age in my life where somehow I learned that money has to be on the motion. And I knew that if there is no income flowing, there is a blockage. What I did was I give away money. I'll tell you how I learned the concept in a little bit, but I'll tell you that it works. In 2016, when I quit my job and went to US for traveling, for exploring, I had the financial problems. I didn't have money coming into my account. I didn't have a job. So I didn't know exactly the way I could make money at the time, but I knew that I was carrying this heavy lifting of needing money, thinking about how much I need money, thinking about how I don't have enough money. So I remember the concept that I learned very young age. I said, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to give away. So I purposely took time to go on the streets in Portland and looking for people I can give my money. So I come across this very sweet gentleman who had this post that he is in need of money, his family is in trouble, he has this health issues. So I stopped there and start talking to him about his life, how he ended up here, who he was. He told me a lot about his life, how it turns out the people in the streets are not as bad as we think. They are amazing people. They are amazingly creative, smart people that just happened to be in that situation at that moment, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay there for forever. So that's one of those people that I met, amazing wise man who was there. So I listened to him, I shared my story, and at the end, I gave $100, which I treasure deeply. It was a very significant money at the time for me, but I gave it to him because I thought, okay, I have to give away. I have to give away. That's the only way for the money to come in. So I gave away with no plans or anything, just give away. And he said, wow, you're an angel. I never forget the smile on his face. And as I turned around and walked, I felt a relief. I could sense that the heavy lifting I've been carrying, the wanting, needing, the greediness, the negativity around money has been lifted. So I had this hard to explain the relief, and I was so proud of myself. That was the best money spent in my life so far. So I wouldn't say I got tons of money on the same day, but I had the flow going around. I had some money coming in back home, and I was never needing money as much. That's one of the examples that I wanted to share, that how knowing money is an energy that has to be constantly on the flow was true. So it stays true still this date in my life. And I don't remember feeling there's a desperateness. I was in big financial debt ever since. So now I'm going to talk about how I got to this realization that money is in the flow, money has to be in the motion, and I come to this understanding. When we were younger, when I was very young, we weren't a wealthy family. My parents were working so hard day and night to make money. The salary that they were making at a time were not enough to feed us, to pay for the school. So my dad has to work a lot. My parents has to work a lot. I remember feeling, I wish I could spend more time with my family. I wish we had more money. I remember I used to think, only if I had more money. Only if I had more money, I would do this. Only if I had more money, I would buy this. I could own my store. So I had this victim mentality towards money when I was young because of the circumstances we were in. And around about 10 years old, my uncle told me a Buddhist mantra. It's called Om Marzi Mam Sohe, but it doesn't matter what the mantra was. He said, if you repeat this 100,000 times, your wish will come true. No matter what your wish is, if you repeat this 100,000 times, your wish will come true. So as a 10-year-old, I got so fascinated with the idea that it is possible for me to make my wish true if I can repeat this. And I thought, no matter what the number is, it sounds easy. I can just repeat 100,000 times. I'll make it work. Because I was so young and naive, I didn't question the truthfulness of it. I didn't question which way. I didn't ask any practicality of it. I just trusted. So what I did was I decided if I can repeat the mantra 2,000 times per night, I can reach 100,000 in less than 2 months. So that's exactly what I did. It took me a little longer, about 3 months. But every night, as soon as I go to bed, I started counting with my fingers and repeat the mantra. As it was getting closer to my desired number, which is 100,000, I was getting more and more excited. I was like, yes, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to be rich. It's solved. We're going to have money. I'll buy everything we want. And by repeating, now that I think as an adult, what I did was I was rewiring my brain. I was replacing the scarcity mindset with abundant mindset. As Joy Dispenza said, brain cells that wire together. So I was replacing the I don't have enough money with I have lots of money. I'm getting closer, I have lots of money. So because I was 10-year old, it was quick. I was getting excited, so I was producing all the chemical elements through my body, the feeling of abundance. So I was doing just like Joy Dispenza said, making my dream a reality in my brain without having access to money. Because I've done this work for 3 months' time, where I was rewiring my brain, building new brain cells into the thinking of abundance, I become very, very flexible when it comes to making money. If I need money in my life, even today, what I do is I go straight to thinking, what is it I can do to make more money? And what are the actionable steps I can take to make more money? How can I sell products? How can I sell my services? And then I made it work. In my 20s, I was working at the KPMG. I was working in different financial company. But at the same time, I always had a side gig, which I was making more money than my full-time work. That's why I was doing English courses where I have facilitated more than 180 people at the same time and all paid. It was amazing how much money was coming through me with the service I was providing. The reason is because when I need money, I always think about, what do I do now? What is going to be my next step? Not, I wish I had money, only if I had that, because I rewired my brain when I was 10. This is an example of how it works. Maybe because you're not 10 years old, because you're a little bit older, it's going to be different approach, but it will work. The brain cells that wire together is true. So if you can have the abandoned mindset of what can I do? I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am capable of making money. You can say it every day. You can say it 1,000 times a day. You can write it down. As long as your unconscious brain is looking at it and you have an access to visualizations, whatever method you choose, overriding and brain wiring and abundant mindset works. So that was just a further confirmation of how money is an energy that has inflow and outflow, with my example of giving away, and also pay attention to where you're blocking, what are you holding on to, so that money is back on the motion. If you still have more time, I would like to go through the exercise on spotting what is a belief that you're holding that stops you the money energy flow. I prepared an exercise where you close your eyes and think about giving away a significant amount of your finances, significant amount of the money that you own to someone else. If you have $100,000 in your bank account, let's say $50,000 is going away. If you have $100 in your bank account, let's say $50 is going away. You think about it when you close your eyes. What is the first thoughts coming to your mind? Do you think, I don't deserve this money? Or is it not fair that I'm not giving money? Or do you think this is the hard-earned money that I made? Or you think this is very typical for me, it's something I would do on occasions, or I always do this, I give away the money, or is it something that is new to you, something that excites you? And let's do the exercise together and see what's coming up in your mind. Now I want to move on to what is it behind those words? What's behind? What's the implication behind the first surface level answers? So in general, there are 4 different types of money mindset. Especially if you're having financial difficulties, if you don't have money inflow, 4 different types of money mindsets are money avoidance, where you start thinking like money is bad, rich people are bad, don't deserve the money, rich people are greedy, I hate people who has money. That is money avoidance. The next one is money worship. Money worship is money can solve any problems, money equals happiness, money is everything you need to stay happy. If you can make more money, you'll be so happy. Money status is the next one. Your net worth is your self-worth. Your success is measured by how much money you have, what you own, what car you drive. Your success is measured by what you own. Last one is money vigilance. You have to be very careful with the money. Make sure you're spending your money wisely, carefully. So now, can you connect the question that I asked with 4 of the categories and see which one resonates with you the most? The exercise you can do is the opposite of your thoughts. So if your special type of money attitude is money is bad, rich people are bad, I hate people with money, they're stupid, they should die. So the opposite would be I can use money to help people. I can use money to help more people. I can use money to help myself to grow so that I can help more people. The next one is money worshipping. Money can solve all your problems. Money equals happiness. So now you can convert this into I am happiness. I can make myself happy. Next one is money as in status, where net worth is your net self-worth. Your success is measured by what you have, what you own. So you can convert this into my success is measured with my peace. My success is measured with my satisfaction in life. My success is measured with how excited I am to wake up in the morning. My success is measured with the smile I have in my face. And the last one is money vigilance. You're too careful. You're saving too much. You're saying you have to be very careful with money, safe with money. You have to save. For this one, you can just say money can flow. My money always flows. Here's my money coming out, help some people, and come back to me with your friends. Something like that. That is the end of my video. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope this have transformed your mindset, beliefs about the money, and has been helpful to you to think your approach, your belief about the money. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you guys in my next video.